So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And already we're underway here. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And it's DiMarco. He's in a great position here. Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his best season ever. He did, of course, win the treble, and Jim, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Well, one of the pinnacles of his club career, Peter.
And what stood out for you?
His performance against Madrid's other team was just stunning, especially when you look back that they played him 6 times the previous season and didn't win once. So he just took them apart with his usual ruthless efficiency.
And he welcomed... Great chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
First quarter of an hour gone. Now, can they get him away? And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Chance! Del Piero finds himself offside. Messi. Otto hurtling down that right flank. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, can he get onto this?
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's been played through, and he's found the way past. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
He'll fancy himself from here.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
Del Piero! Decent hit from there. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Del Piero gets through. Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution in progress.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Barcelona have broken through, it's 1-0.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And he's managed to get... Big chance! And the ball's come loose here. And that has been clubbed away. Camavinga. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was Vinicius Junior. And the shot! He scores! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both.
And there's the end of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Celebrating their wedding anniversary today.
And so we're off again.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
It's run loose here. Takes a shot. And that's off target.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
And it's Del Piero. He came in hard, very hard.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Del Piero is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Knocks it into space. Tries a shot! Loose ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Now there's a fire. And the finish! It's hit the upright. He can get that clear.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
DiMarco. Just about up to 75 minutes. Can he spark a counter here? Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Vinicius Junior. DiMarco makes the interception.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He's going for goal! And that's a real chance missed.
Del Piero fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's tried one! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Barcelona take the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Great ball if he can get there. And this is Del Piero. And he's running. And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. No mistake. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Right place, and he's decided to go for it. That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 9.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Donadoni. Number 11, Eduardo Camavinga. Number 8.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Coming on the field, number 24.
Time added on,
Bergkamp.
4 minutes.
Number 15, Bullet. Number
Bullet.
13, Ryan Cherki.
Now it's Hullet.
Number 97.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul.
Substitutions taking place.
He knew what was coming.
Added
That's a
minutes
yellow
have been
card.
indicated.
DiMarco. And this is... And he shoots! Adams is there to clear. Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Barcelona are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner.
To be heavy after the final whistle today.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Barcelona, definitely.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening, And the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
So we're up and running.
We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That's an imaginative pass. And it's De Bruyne. And the through ball. And he welcomes it in. Inzaghi! It's hit the upright. Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
And we have our very first corner.
And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner.
This is their second corner of the game.
They've played it short.
And now they can spring out of defence. Well, that has not gone well.
Keeper's got good distance on that.
Szoboszlai. And here's Aubameyang. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Played into the box. Chance for a shot! Against the crossbar. And it's Hullet. Now it's Aubameyang. And Aubameyang!
A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Aubameyang. And here's Neymar. Played back. Xabi Alonso did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That is ended up in no man's land. Passing is crisp and sharp. Batistuta! It's in! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game. This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Batistuta. Hullet. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
De Bruyne chasing after it. Now it's Neymar. Aubameyang.
There will be one
Lee Kang in.
time.
And it's De Bruyne. Threads one in. And he's in on goal. It's Inzaghi! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just look...
And the shot! Zanetti. Szoboszlai. Now it's Aubameyang. Neymar.
Can he finish? No mistake! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Lee Kang-in can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Lee Kang-in. Pull it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Can he finish? Off the post! It's in! Into the lead once more! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 97, Aubameyang.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Number 22.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Coming on the field,
Zanetti. Oh, that's delightful. That's an excellent interception.
Del Piero.
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Robertson receives it in a... Up he goes! And that would have won it.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Del Piero, looking for options for movement. Del Piero! Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area.
Rijkaard did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process.
And this is the Del Piero! Brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Oh, that is a bit special.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. You just can't do anything about that. That's genius.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Zanetti.
He's having a shot! So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square.
So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in.
Just a quick
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone...
Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
We have already started here.
Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side.
Climbs up big! Goal! Barcelona! The breakthrough strike! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that.
And that could set him on his way. He is through here.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. So just the one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Neymar. Knocks it into space. Oh, well measured.
And he welcomes it in. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, the ball's run loose. Oh, in!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Bellingham. And here's Messi. And it's made its way to him.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard powering forward here. Irwin deals with that comfortably. Owen is onto it in a flash. Bellingham. And this is Messi, looking here to chip it through. Irwin gets it clear. Hakimi. Xavi Alonso. That's Rijkaard. Oh, good ball! That's a sharp pass.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Van Dijk is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. That's good vision. Oh, no joy this time. And that is as far as they're going to go. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham. Now the delivery. Rijkaard is there and he can get that clear.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Szoboszlai. Now it's Owen. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rijkaard. And we hit half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Barcelona have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
Here we go again then. Barcelona carrying a one-goal lead. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Del Piero. Xavi Alonso. And the pass is intercepted. Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Played out to the left flank. And this is Owen. Szoboszlai shoots! That is some save from De Gea! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Well, they scored their first goal from a corner. What about now? Keeper has taken decisive action. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. This looks promising. Oh, good-looking ball. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Szoboszlai receives it in a... And he shoots! Wonderful from Del Piero! A finish right from the top draw! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, real chance!
Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Vinicius Junior is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 7, Neymar. Number 22, Soboslai. Coming on the field, number 15, Hullet. Number 24, Bergkamp.
And the keeper beats it away. And now they can spring out of defence. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Now it's Owen. And this is Vieri. Bergkamp. Looking to play him in. He can run onto that. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Van Dijk is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. That's a nicely shaped ball. Big chance! Yes! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Owen really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Barcelona find a position of real strength now.
Has been indicated.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Owen providing an outlet on that flank. He is just caressing the ball. Long ball upfield. And we're done. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw.
Please put your hands
Del
together,
Piero
everyone, and
taking
give
in the
our boys a
accolades,
round of
having been
applause for a
named man of the
job well
match,
done.
and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the year.
Applies the finish! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Pedri knocks it out wide.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hakimi got a long way forward to join the attack.
And he's straight offside.
And it's Del Piero.
Vieri. Well, they've got it back. Messi! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Messi probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Nicely spread. Del Piero.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
And he was quick to react.
And now the breakaway.
He has found the way through.
The ball.
Oh, he's been caught napping.
Oh no, this does not look good.
So we're still where we started right now.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. It's Vieri!
And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Out to the left it goes.
Mateus, very much a man of this moment. And it's Messi.
Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Turkey with the corner, they're first.
Big header! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
And that is a little undercooked.
Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Del Piero.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he is going into that little black book. Players have gathered round, and they are clearly concerned. He'll fancy himself from here.
He could tee it up for someone else, but something tells me he'll have a go.
Messi! He went for the curler.
Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders.
Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
No, not quite.
Neymar has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Mbappe. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And he's there to make the challenge. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Takes a shot! And he gets rid in a hurry. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. And he's intervened well there.
And here's Messi.
Pedri with the foul.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Good effort from distance.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Yeah, no goals so far, but it's certainly not through lack of effort. They've had quite a few opportunities so far, but their shooting, not good enough.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Dembele. Number 18, Mbappe. Coming on the field, number 12.
That gets things going for the second half.
Number 21.
Turkey have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
That has ended up in no man's land.
Shapes to shoot! He's delivered all right!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So the first goal of the game.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Nicely weighted ball. Vieri gets into a good position. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Turkey really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Van Basten gets flagged offside. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're...
Can he finish? He scores! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Can he get on the end of this?
Turkey really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
He's gone for goal!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Number 7, Adams. Coming on the field is number 6, Eduardo Camavinga.
Out for a throw. The final 5 minutes. And here's Vieri. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He is through here. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Oh, that's nice. He's picked his way through.
Great chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Lexington really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Vieri. It's Vieri! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it!
The goal scorer for Turkey.
And that really is so impressive.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
Turkey have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.
Vieri,
voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, this looked like it had a draw.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
And we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, it's hard to ignore Bellingham, Peter, because he's been compared to so many past England greats. His versatility, the unpredictability, those late runs from deep that make him a great threat. Will he reach those heights? He certainly has all the potential.
There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona!
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now, can they get him away? Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. No outsmarting him this time.
And here's Mohamed Salah, looking to wriggle clear of his marker.
And he's worked it through.
Just the goalkeeper. And the finish! Really well taken goal.
They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Pirlo tries to pass it through. Costa Curta. Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. He's on it, can he get away? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Now then, the ball's come loose. They're back in possession and ready to go again.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament.
Bale! Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
And we have our very first corner.
And that has been cleared.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's taken it. Can he latch on to this? That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Barcelona heading towards the half-time break. The win very much in their sails. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Mbappe! Off
the post! Decent enough try.
Mbappe just denied by a lick of paint. We're talking centimetres.
Irwin. And Hakimi. And he's picked it up out wide. And he's managed to get free. An instinctive delivery.
Terrific header! Just cruising! They are cruising!
Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Those of you making their way
Barcelona absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Barcelona have established themselves in a position of absolute supremacy. An action-packed 45 minutes, and they have raced into a 3-goal lead.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Mbappe. Number 18, Bale.
So off we go once
Coming
more.
on the field, number 12, Van Basten. Number 25.
And he cuts out the supply.
Substitutions taking place.
Zanetti.
Barcelona
Different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Zanetti defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man.
And he is going into that little black book.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Out to the left it goes.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Irwin is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Could be danger here! And that's gone loose.
Aubameyang. And that's left him on the seat of his pants.
Well, that has not gone well.
Barcelona 3 up and in almost complete control. Mohamed Salah.
And he's picked out the run.
He's in space and looking for options.
That is good strength.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Barcelona do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. That ball looks a good one. Now it's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries a cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Played back to the goalkeeper, David De Gea, the type of keeper who instills great confidence in his back line.
Substitution on the field. Number 4, Bellingham. Number 13, Xabi Alonso. Coming on
And
the
they win
field,
it back again.
number 15,
He's got away.
Isco. Number 24.
Great chance! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Barcelona have themselves a chance from the spot.
So this to extend their lead.
save from Khan!
Oh, once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
Big header! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Oh, what has happened here? Isco did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Mohamed Salah. Coming on the field is number 9, Messi.
Barcelona are closing in on a comfortable win. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Good read, needed to be. It's a pretty loose pass. He's shifting through the gears here. Lovely feet. And he's there to get it away. And it's Okazaki. It's Okazaki! And that is the last effort of the game. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect, to win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance.
Hello everybody, and please join me in
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim alongside. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
Hello, everybody.
Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Done delicately. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Del Piero. He's found a way through. In by Del Piero. Defending of the desperate variety. He's beaten the last man. Brilliantly cut out. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Mateus. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's having a shot! Zanetti. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Driving on and making good progress. Foot in. And it's Messi. Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted. Van Dijk. Mateus. And this is Vieri. That's a sharp pass. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Mateus. And it's Zanetti. Now it's Vieri. Oh, right place, right time.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Floated through. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looking for a runner. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Mateus, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Messi. Nicely weighted ball. Zanetti gets into some space. Takes aim and crosses. There's the shot! And he's done it! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, Park Ji-sung. Number 14, Neymar.
That gets things going for the second half.
10, Mbappe.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's DiMarco. Barcelona do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Howson. Zanetti. Barcelona still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Van Basten showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Looking for options for movement.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
He has found the way through. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Zanetti demonstrating his defensive quality there.
Lexington clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Lee Kang-in! Lee Kang-in! Keeper's not concerned by that.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field is number 4, Adams.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now, he's got space here. Oh, nicely intercepted. It's a pretty loose pass. Serginho. Can he get it through? Spread out to the left. Mbappe. Short changes him with that pass. And he's heaved it away. And it's DiMarco. Oh, played through for the wide man. So that's it. It is all over. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
Security staff for each block.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
It's just a bad day at the office, Peter. They look below par in all areas, and it has to be cause for genuine worry.
So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and
tries from distance. Gave it a go, but off target.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Szoboszlai. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, well measured. Mateus. And he whips it in.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
And that has been cut short. Now it's Szoboszlai. That's really well cleared. Nicely aimed pass. That is good alertness. Nicely shaped ball. Now that's well seen too. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Ferry gets it away. Barcelona so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Well, that has not gone well. Now that looks a decent ball. Cleared without complication. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Xavi Alonso for Szoboszlai. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And here's Messi. Irwin is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Alonso. Oh, super ball.
He's having a shot!
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Look at the...
Goes for a shot!
It's hit the upright. Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
Vinicius Junior! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
That's good running with the ball. Now, can they get him away? Corner it is. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Del Piero goes short. Drives it in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Only 1 minute added time.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Barcelona ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 27, Serginho. Coming on to replace him is...
And we're off again.
14, Xabi Alonso.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And he's heaved it away. Irwin. And it's Soboslai. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Great ball. There's the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Barcelona have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Szoboszlai.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Barcelona have their second corner now.
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Diego Forlan. Number 11, Mbappe. Coming on the field, number 20, Van Nistelrooy.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
Son Heung-min.
Madrid have the chance to go the other way. It's a pretty loose pass. And he's picked it up out wide. And it's Xabi Alonso. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Son Heung-min. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Deftly away. Now it's Aubameyang. It's a threatening ball. Defending of the desperate variety. Ronaldinho showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
picked out brilliantly. Thinks about the shot.
Good challenge, excellent challenge.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And a shot!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
And he's managed to get rid. And now they can spring out of defence. He's through. Somersley! Oh, taken with style. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. Good effort from distance. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Szoboszlai. Mateus going full tilt down the right-hand side.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Okazaki.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
There will be 5 minutes.
And it's
added
Ronaldinho.
time.
Irwin is always looking to play quality balls. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. He came in hard, very hard. He's Somersley! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Szoboszlai clearly thought he had the beating of...
And that's that. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Szoboszlai claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Unlucky
That is a
lads.
superb win.
Let's
This is
push
one
the
of those
bell like
games
next
where
time.
the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the...
So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, it is time to let them at it.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
And we're underway. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
And there's the shot! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Law. Oh, that's delightful. No, he's not getting any further than that. That's really well cleared. Oh, this looks sharp. He's picked his way through. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And here's Bojan. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Wriggles his way through. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Adams gets over and intercepts. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's a pretty loose pass. Well, that has not gone well. He is through here. Now there's a... goes for a shot! Goal! Barcelona! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Barcelona penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. He's having a shot! Oh, taken with style. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. Oh, very neat and tidy.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Just eases him off the ball. Cruyff. And he's gone looking for safety. And they're back on the ball again. Cruyff. Cannavaro defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Stood up well to him there. Law looking understandably energised after his goal. And it's made its way to him. Bullish header! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
The goal scorer.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Szoboszlai. Tries to pass it through, and he's picked it up out wide. Quick look, then plays it in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they want to keep things that way.
Barcelona are cruising it at half-time, 3-0 ahead.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Bayern. Coming on to replace him.
Here we go
is
again.
Number 19, Messi.
Knocks it into space. Okazaki. Now it's Cruyff. Rijkaard. Rijkaard! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
And we have our very first corner. Law. Tries from a long way out. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And this is Del Piero. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's through now, and Cruyff! Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
So a Barcelona free kick. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Del Piero! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Messi was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Oh no, this does not look good. He's found a way through, and he's in on goal. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Now, power or placement. And that's one back. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
After 63 minutes is number 9, Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. Substitution on the field, number 14, Neymar. Coming on the field is...
So, time for
number
changes
15,
on both sides, actually.
McAllister. Substitution.
So, is this the start of a comeback? Adams gets across to intercept that. He might be in here! Kachu! Oh, yes! It's there!
Yeah, the keeper was thinking about his angles, and Loft just took him out of the equation. Elementary.
The goal scorer for
And very quickly,
Barcelona,
the substitute
after
made
68
his mark.
minutes, is
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Kachu.
Barcelona grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy. McAllister powering forward here. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. So a chance here, what can they make of it? This then an ideal chance to cut the deficit. And he's managed to get rid. Adams. And it's Rijkaard.
That's good play from him.
And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And he is going into that little black book.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Zanetti. He's shifting through the gears here.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Hakimi. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's picked out the run. Well, that's an excellent interception. And he's quick to get it clear again. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Chance! Goal! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
After 84 minutes is number 9, Johan Cruyff.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? That looks a good ball through. Adams gets it away. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And they've got rid. Zanetti. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Lee Kang-in. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow. Baresi has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a previous incident. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Kukçu with a real chance here. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Kukçu! Oh, how good is he? He's got himself an absolute peach. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. You just can't do anything about that. That's genius.
Hakan Kukçu.
Barcelona blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. That's at the end. Barcelona pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness, relentlessness.
Let's hope for better luck
Kukçu
next
picking up
time.
the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans, everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
Well, we're on the way.
The Dutch have a great heritage of producing some of the most talented strikers, and this one has it.
And it's been given away. And this is Del Piero. And he's running through. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contact.
Kukçu! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Kukçu clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Victoria with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh no, what has happened here? Superb goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Victoria finding themselves unexpectedly behind. No, that's been intercepted. Mateus. Zanetti. Played in deep. Terrific header! And it's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And Del Piero! Oh, split-second reaction.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. And that's been won straight back. Irwin, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space.
Del Piero! Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot.
Victoria presented with a golden opportunity here
To turn a deficit into a lead. And they've turned it round.
Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
The goal scored for Victoria after 30 minutes is number 20, Alessandro Del Piero.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Now it's Del Piero. Now it's Cruyff.
Tries to pass it through.
Now, what about a counter-attack? And this is Isco. Incoming delivery.
Great chance! He scored! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's a throw. Mateus. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through.
Pullet chasing after it. He can run onto that. And he's straight offside. Rice. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football.
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, Isco. Number 12.
Vittoria get the ball rolling for the second period.
Number 17, Scholes. Coming on the field.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Del Piero.
He won't be happy with that one.
23, Mbappe.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
20, Lee Canyon.
And there's the header! In for the pieces! Big moment! Massive goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
He's shifting through the gears here. Szoboszlai! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Szoboszlai really may get an earful from his teammates for not looking up to see what was around him, but I think he was perfectly entitled to try it for himself.
quality ball. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Xavi Alonso.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And the shot's on here. Shot at goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? Shoots! He's got a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Victoria, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. He's found the way through. Goes for a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And here's Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Lee Kang-in, and he's intervened well there. Looking to play him in. And that was very necessary. He's got away. Howson with the slide tackle there. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now he's got space here. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now that's well seen too. Zanetti. Threads one in. Played into space out wide. Irwin did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Hullet. Number 14, Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field, number 21, David Villa. Number 7, McTominay.
So that's the end. Victoria illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
Please make sure to watch the screen.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic.